What's up, YouTube? It is I, Ray12, and welcome to my NFL record predictions. So, NFL season is a week away, or 8 days away now, so which means that NFL content from this channel will be coming back. My predictions and, well, this video right now, and I wanted to make more videos during the year. I also play fantasy football, so like maybe I could do something with that, you know, who knows. But today, we are looking at what I think each team is going to go in the 24 to 25 season. So, let's get started. Alright, so the first team we got, the New Orleans Saints. Now, I've got them at 5 wins for the year. I think their quarterback is really bad, their coach is bad, and that's just not what you need for a team. I do think Derek Carr is... I think Radler might start a game. I'm being serious because I really do think Carr is that bad, but not a good team. 5 wins flat. Next, you got the Dolphins. I got them at probably 9 wins. Probably. They always struggle in the second half of the season, it seems like, and they play in what I think a tough division with the Jets and Bills. They also play some other tough teams on their schedule, so I think 9 wins is where they're going to go at. But they're going to start, I think they're going to start probably 5-0 or something, but then struggle in the later half of the season. So that's what I think for them. Baltimore, 12 wins. I think people try to downplay how good I think I got them at 12 wins flat. I mean, they just added Derrick Henry. Sure, they did lose Patrick Queen, but I think they're still going to be a 12-win team. Definitely making the playoffs, probably 2 seed. They're going to be a good team, and they're winning their division too. I'll say that. I don't agree with the Bengals winning the division, but speaking of the Bengals, you got the Bengals. I got them at 11 wins this season. I don't think I see all the edits about the one man to stop Patrick Mahomes and everything like that, but people are saying they're going to be best record in the AFC. I mean, just stop. They're going to get 11 wins because yes, they are a good football team, but I don't think they're winning the division. I don't think they're getting the 1 seed in the AFC. Nothing like that. They're going to be an 11-win team. Still a good team, just not as good as I think people are saying. Now, this is a team that I think is going to do better than what people are saying. The Denver Broncos, because Bo Nix, I know it's just preseason, but Bo Nix balled out. Okay, something just happened. I'm back. As I was saying, 6 or 7 wins. Might go 6 here because, I don't think they're a stellar team, but I think they're going to be better than what people think. I've seen 5. You know what? 7. I actually really do think they're going to get 7 wins. People are saying 5 and 4, and I really think they're better than what people are giving credit to. They have one of the best corners in the league. Bo Nix looks, he looks promising, I think. I think Bo Nix can be good this year. I'm higher on the Donkeys than most people. All right, New York Giants, 4 wins or less. I think either them or the Patriots are going to have the worst record in the league this year because no part of their game is that good. I mean, I know Giants got Malik and Brian Burns from the Panthers, which, of course, those will help. But when you got Daniel Jones at quarterback, how far can you really go? Next, you got the Vikings. Also 4 wins or less. I think they're going to be terrible with JJ out, even though I did not believe in JJ that much to begin with. JJ's out, and now, what are they going to do? Really, they lost Hunter, which is a big loss. I mean, their team has regressed greatly, and they're one of the worst teams in the league. Los Angeles Rams, 10 wins. I feel like they're the definition of a 10-win team. They got strengths, but I can see them coughing up games to, teams that they shouldn't really lose to. But I think their defense is still going to be good, even without Aaron Donald. I think maybe not good, but I think better than what most people think. And their offense I think it's going to be a really good offense. I mean, when you got Stafford and Nakua, and even though I don't like Kupp, he's still a top 25 receiver at least. So yeah, 10 wins. Tampa Bay, maybe 9 or 8. I'm gonna give him 8 wins now. Now you got the Lions. I don't know, 12-5, 13-4, definitely over 12 wins. They're just gonna be one of the best teams in the league, flat out. I mean, their offense is great. They got their defense is better, especially if, I mean, there's always Aiden Hutchinson, which he has proven to be a beast, and Jared Goff is Jared Goff. I was going to say top 10 QB, but he might not be. I'm going to check that. He's probably top 15 at least, though. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Gibbs. I mean, you got those 3 players are all young, and they're incredible players. And they have one of the best O-lines in the league. Like, their offense is, like, honestly stacked. It is a stacked offense, giving them the 12-win record. Or 13. Who knows? Bears. I got Bears going 9-8 perfectly. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be like the 8th seed. That's what they're going to go. I think even though Caleb Williams is a fruit basket, fruit cake, whatever you want to say, dude, guy is a zest fest, but that's out of the picture. I think the Bears team, from the upgrades that they got, can make the playoffs. I'm not saying they can't. They can, but I don't see it happening. But definitely a winning record on that. You got San Fran. This team is winning probably 13 games. I mean, what do we want to say? It's San Francisco. Always do good in the regular season, then get bounced in the playoffs. That's what's going to happen this year. Philadelphia Eagles, I think, I haven't decided. Maybe 11-6 or 10-7. One of those two for sure, which is why they're in the 10-11 wins category, yes. But, you know, I think the Eagles are a team that either get underrated or overrated, as I'm seeing. Like, people have them at like winning the Super Bowl, 12-5 or something like that, or some people really underrate them just because of the downfall they had. And yes, it was one of the biggest catastrophes I've ever seen watching football, but on paper they still have one of the best rosters in the league, giving them a 10 or 11 wins. Their coach is ass, though. I hate their coach. I can't stand that guy. Anyways, Raiders, 5 wins. They're just very mediocre. Green Bay, I got them at 11, I would say. I do really like this team with the improvements they made. Like adding Josh Jacobs for a running back, replacing Aaron Jones, which I don't know who I'd take. I'd probably take Josh Jacobs, though. So I think they upgraded at running back. Jordan Love is probably going to develop into an even better quarterback this year. So is their young receiver groups. Like, they have Reed and Watson, who are still young and can develop into players. We'll just have to see if they do. Next, you got the Commanders. Commanders, Jaden Daniels. I'll give them 6 wins. They're not, like, going to be, like, ass, but they're going to be, like, mediocre, which is honestly what the 5 to 6 wins section is. It's like, you're not, like, terrible, but you're not, like, great. You're not good. You're just not terrible. And that's where the Washington Commanders belong. I think Jaden Daniels does have injury risk. Hopefully they taught him how to slide during the preseason. And we can only hope he doesn't end up like RG3. Arizona Cardinals. Now, this is the team that just, honestly, I remember this from my last time I made this. Last year, I said the Packers would go 10-7, and at the time, people were saying the Packers were like done for. They're gonna get 5 to 6 wins, be mediocre. When I thought they're actually gonna be a good team. Now, I'm not saying that Arizona's gonna be a good team. I'm saying that they're going to get 7 to 8 wins this season. I really do think that. But I'm seeing, on Instagram, all these posts about people predicting records and everything. They always have Arizona at like 5 or less wins, which I just don't agree with. They got McBride at tight end, who was last year was, shaking up to be a good tight end. They just got Marvin Harrison Jr., who, come on, he's an NFL-ready receiver. Kyler Murray is going to have a lot of pressure on him this year because, he was always just decent. He was always okay. But I think that's enough, that group, to get you 7 wins. I really do think they are a 7-win team. Steelers, 7 wins. I think they're going to have their first losing record with Mike Tomlin. I feel like everyone keeps saying that every year and then it never happens, but this year has to be the year. It has to be, dude. I mean, I know Russ is better than Pickett, but Russ and Fields looked equally bad at preseason, I think. Equally. I know Russ just got the starting job, but that doesn't really change my opinion at all. Their receiving core outside of Pickens kind of sucks, but their defense is always going to be good and always being the part that carries them. Buffalo Bills now. A lot of people say they're going to be, bad or just decent or mediocre. Like, I feel like they're still a 10-win team. As long as they have Josh Allen on the field, they are nothing less than a 10-win team. And I mean, he is everything for that team. He scores the touchdowns. He throws the touchdowns. He does everything for that team. And as long as he's on the field, they're not getting less than 10 wins. I know the receiving core is bad, but they have James Cook, who I think is a decent running back, and they have Kincaid, which I think is a good tight end. Their O-line is, I mean, honestly, I don't even know much about their O-line, but I'm pretty sure it's not terrible or bad. I think it's just okay or good. And their defense did get worse, but I just don't think that's going to be enough to drop them below a 500 team. Atlanta Falcons, I got them at 10 wins. I think they've had the best offseason for sure. They got Kirk. They got Judon. They got Justin Simmons from Denver, and they just re-signed A.J. Terrell as well. I mean, those three players, I know Judon's getting old, but he can still play and be a game wrecker, and Justin Simmons is an insanely good safety, and A.J. Terrell is an insanely good safety as well. Like, they are going to have a no-fly zone at Atlanta, and Kirk, with his weapons of Bijan, which I'm really high on this year, Drake London is probably going to have a really good year. And Kyle Pitts, we'll see, because, everyone says Kyle Pitts, if you had a quarterback, he would be really good. But, bro, it's been 3 years, and you have, 2 touchdowns. I don't know if I can really rely on that. I know, Arthur Smith didn't use you, but that's a talk for another day. But 10 wins for Atlanta. I know I just said all that good stuff, but it's wow, Carlos, it sounds like you should have them at 12 wins. But, no, I still think that they can lose games, and they will, but I do think they will win their division. Seahawks, 9 wins, solid 9. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but they're just going to be okay, Actually, I'm going to move them down. I think they're an 8-win team, actually, because, I know Geno's not bad, but he's not great. Patriots, probably 3-14. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I don't even have to say why. You just, if you know ball, Cleveland Browns got them at 9 wins this year. Their defense is going to be the carrying part, just like the Steelers, but they do have Deshaun Cosby Watson. And I think that's the biggest fault of this team, is that they don't really have a quarterback. I mean, they have Amari and Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb when he comes back. You have these amazing players, but your quarterback, he's just Bill Cosby. Next, you got the Texans. I do think the Texans will be a 12-5 team this year. I know a lot. I think the average people say is 11-6, but I do really believe in this team. I think they have the best receiving core. Let me think. Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, and Tank Dell. Yeah, I think they have the best trio of receivers. They have Stroud, which is top 7 QB. And I know Joe Mixon is decreasing, whatever, bro. He's better than Pierce. That's all I'm saying. So they got an upgrade at running back and receivers. And their O-line is pretty good too, and they got Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. I mean, I do really think this team should be and is going to be a 12-win team. Next, you got my Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I do think we will have the best record at 14-3, and it's just because of your team. But guys, actually look at it for a second. I know we have a hard schedule, but we play the NFC South, we play in the AFC West. And we still play good teams. Like, we played Baltimore the first week. I think we win there. Then we face Cincinnati. I think we win there. The games I can see us losing are against the Bills, Texans, and probably Niners. I can see us losing. But, no team's going to go 17-0, so I have to give us a reasonable 14-3. Dallas Cowboys, probably 11 wins. It's just like they're going to do good in the regular season. I could even give them 12 wins maybe, because classic Dallas fashion. They're kind of becoming, San Fran's kind of becoming Dallas. You do really good in the regular season, and then you just fall off completely in the playoffs. But Dallas, I can see it at 11 wins. Chargers, 5-6. Their team sucks. They have no receivers. They lost Keenan Allen and Mike Williams this year. They lost Austin Eckler, even though he wasn't that big of a loss because he was so ass last year. And you know what? I can say that Herbert can carry this team to 6 wins. New York Jets. I got him at 10 wins here. Aaron Rodgers, how is he going to be the same? He's like 40-something, and he just had an Achilles tear. You don't really come back from that giving off an MVP season. So I got them at 10-7. Carolina Panthers, 5 wins. 5-6. I haven't really decided, but I'll call it 5 right now. Definitely going to be better than their 2-15 catastrophe last year. I got Tennessee Titans. Now, you can say I'm on that Mary Jane. You could say that I'm on crack, but I do think the Titans are going to be an 8-win team. And I see all the time that the Titans are going to be like this bad team that's like 6 wins, 5 wins. Nah, dude. 8 wins. They're almost going to go 500 because they play in the AFC South. I can see them winning a game against the Jaguars or the Colts. And I think Will Levis is actually going to be a good QB at Tennessee. And they just got the addition of Calvin Ridley to help him out at receiver, and they still have D-Hop. So I will be giving them 8 out of 9 wins. And I think they do have a solid dual back with Pollard and Spears. Next you got is the Colts. Oh, look, they gave us all the AFC South teams in a row. But the Colts, we just went from the most underrated team to what I think might be low-key the most overrated team. People say the Colts are in contention for the division, 7-seed playoff spot, 10-win team. No, I really don't agree. I really don't. I think there's a lot of games they can lose. I'm gonna give them 6 wins on the year. Okay, I'll give them 7 wins on the year, but they're not gonna be that good. Next, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars, another team I'm not too high on at all, but I'd give them 8. I'm going to show you guys my division standings, so hold up a second. And this is how I think each division is going to play out. I got, let's see, a few winners that you might question, like Buffalo. Buffalo and Jets, I said they both go 10-7, but I think Buffalo might have the edge on them. Baltimore and Cincinnati. Some people really think Cincinnati is going to win the division. I do not. What else? I think everything else should be fine. I have Denver. People say, okay, what is this? This is the same thing that happened last time. People do say Denver could be lower, but I just don't agree. But anyways, this has been my record predictions and my division standing predictions. So, one more thing to mention actually. My next video is going to be a collab with MoWillll. I think we're gonna run it up in Fortnite duos, so that's probably gonna be my next video. But oh my gosh. Anyways, this has been it for my NFL predictions. Like, subscribe, the usual. See you guys in the next one.